day, everyone, and welcome to Obidient Family TV. The program is Hope Alive. Yes, there is hope, and the new Nigeria is certainly possible. And a good morning, afternoon, and evening, depending your time zone. Today, we've come to have a discussion again on what is happening in Nigeria. So much is happening, especially over the weekend. What is happening in Rivers State seems unending. It's just going on and on. Just today, we have very heavy protest of disgruntled people who have served their term of office, still even people who are elderly coming to the streets of Rivers State to protest. They wish to get back to that. Is what is happening today in Port Harcourt. And also, before then, we also have the loyalist of Governor Fubara in the person of Eze Chimati, that is the CTC chairman for Ex-LGA, who also said that that they should hold responsible, they should hold these same people responsible if there's a breakdown of law and order in Rivers State. So this is breaking in Rivers State, and we'll be coming up with the reports of what how it has gone. And then we have several other things lined up today to have a discussion today, as police get 72 hours ultimatum to vacate this local government secretariat in Rivers State. That is coming from the NLC chairman Ikechi, who stated this clearly, that they gave them until today. So all of these things is happening today across. Plus, we have other things lined up that suggest that the presidency has spent so much money in rehabilitating the aircraft of Chief Bola Tinubu, notwithstanding the purported purchase of a brand new jet. Different things that we want to discuss at this very hour, plus the Obidient Family Cooperative Society's needs. And with me to have this very discussion on this segment is Divine Dawns and Peaceful Peace.
Oh, happy new week, and thank you for joining us on this live broadcast.
Good evening, Obidient Worldwide. You're now welcome.
Yes, so let's start with what is happening. Precisely, let's see how all of these things started as over the weekend, that very ultimatum was given to the police to actually vacate the LGAs against today being Monday, so that proper work can start. Let's see how that ultimatum was given by Ikechi, the LLC chairman of Rivers State. Let's take a listen.
Following the continuous barricading of some local government area secretariat in Rivers State by men of Nigerian police force, preventing the newly sworn-in critical committees and council workers from accessing their offices, the leadership of organized labor unions in the state Friday evening issued a 3-day ultimatum to the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, to immediately order the Commissioner of Police, Olatunji Disu, and his men to vacate the council headquarters and allow workers access to their offices.
The council session commended the men and officers of the Nigerian Police Force on its proactiveness in maintaining law and order in the heat of recent political upheavals. However, the council in session frowned seriously that the sealing of the 23 local government council secretariats by men and officers of the Nigerian Police Force for the reason of maintaining law and order, thereby locking out our members for performing their statutory duties.
My plea, we have already made our position, requesting for the Inspector General of Police to direct the Commissioner of Police to vacate our office they barricaded. So we have given them a timeline of Monday to vacate our office.
While the labor leaders say they will not fold their hands and watch the Nigerian police undermine the nation's constitution in the name of political patronage, urged President Bola Tinubu to call the outgone local government chairman, loyal to the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Nyesom Wike, to order.
At the expiration of the ultimatum that we have issued through NOGE for police, for the IG of police to do the needful, by vacating the local government councils and allowing our members to go to work, we will be left with no other option than to deploy our union might to recover our right, because they cannot violate our right and then deny us access to daily living and then be enjoying themselves.
The council in session unanimously condemned in strong terms the purported call for a state of emergency in Rivers State by some supposed political leaders of the state, which in all ramifications do not wish Rivers State people well. While we appreciate people's rights to self-opinion, it is also important not to allow our self-centeredness override our sense of reasoning.
The Labour leaders vowed to resist any act that will truncate the peace being enjoyed in the state by some persons, including the outgone council chairmen, who rely on resolution passed by lawmakers to elongate their tenures in office after serving their 3 years tenures.
That is Chidi, the NLC chairman, who made it very clear that things are going to happen today. And unfortunately, we see those things panning out as we witness the pro-Wike ex-chairman protesting, having gathered their constituents in numbers. They all came out. But what is really very interesting is that even the elderly, the people who you see with white beer in their mustache and all of that, will come out to come and protest, and not even the youths. But anyway, those are the things that we are going to discuss at this very hour, plus the other things. But let us also look at the where they said that they should hold the pro-Wike lawmakers responsible if there's a breakdown of law and order in the state. That is also happening. Let's take that also before we get to the discussion.
It's a press briefing by Association of Local Government of Nigeria, Algon, River State Chapter. We are drawing the attention of the general public against the planned protests by the immediate past local government chairmen, former assembly members, and National Assembly members loyal to the FCT Minister, Chief Nyesom Wike, against the Nigerian police force manning the 23 local government councils across the state. The planned protest is not in the interest of the local government areas and the state in its entirety. Rather, it is a calculated attempt by these enemies of our dear state to paint the state in bad light, unleash mayhem while at it, and to further buttress their inordinate call for the declaration of a state of emergency in our dear state. We emphatically state that we, the Association of Local Government of Nigeria, Algon, River State Chapter, and our people are in support of the police decision to take control and protect all local government council secretariats until further directive on the matter. We want to categorically state that we are not in any way linked to the planned protest, as it is inimical to the progress and well-being of the people of Rivers State, considering the sinister plots by some desperate politicians to take advantage under the guise of protest to cause chaos and destabilize governance in our state. Therefore, we call on all law-abiding citizens of our dear state to discountenance the planned protests and to go about their lawful businesses. We wish to place on record that should there be a breakdown of law and order as a result of the planned protest, the organizers and their sponsors, as enlisted above, should be held responsible. We want to thank the good people of Rivers State for their continued support for the Governor of Rivers State, His Excellency Sir Siminala Fubara, GSSROS, and his administration, which is delivering the dividends of democracy to Rivers people. Thank you, and God bless you. Signed by Honorable Ezebunwa Chemati, Falga, Dame Honorable Anengi Baraswa.
That is the Algon, the Association of Local Government Unions in Rivers State, also bringing their own part of it. Well, let's get the very discussion going on. Divine, you've heard the 24 3 days mandatory ultimatum given to police to vacate, and then you see the protest against today. Now, if they're asking the police to vacate and these two warning parties collide, who is then to protect the properties in those local governments and even the lives of the people who are behind those scenes?
Well, first of all, kudos to the Commissioner of Police in Rivers State for doing what they can to actually make sure that the totality of everything going on in Rivers State does not actually bring any form of chaos to Rivers State people, right? So kudos to them. Well, concerning the directive, or rather the ultimatum for them to leave, there's a clash of, would I say, interest right now. But we know that the caretaker chairman, right, as reinstated by His Excellency Fubara, have already resumed work. Some of them are just not in the local government council. Some of them said they are, work doing it in different places, and so they are doing what they have to do. They don't particularly or necessarily have to be in that particular state council, rather. So I understand the reason why the IGP of police and the Commissioner of Police is actually guarding the properties, right, in the local government council, because we've had cases of this this new local government chairmen whose tenures have actually expired. Some of them are trying to go back to those offices. Some of them are trying to even take out things that are not there. So
in other words, it's still Wike orchestrating these things, financing these things still happening in Rivers State.
Well, I think we all know that. So the point is that I understand why they need to actually guard the local government secretariat. So I think, like the man said, the chairman of the caretaker committee said, they should keep doing that until there's a different directive from Governor Fubara himself. Okay,
that is it. Let's get peaceful peace. These was will be say they happen for Rivers State seem unended. It is not the end. If they talk about this, but what thing they surprise me? People will come out today, come do this very protest. Even old Papa can join them. It be like saying that people will be saying they get interest to destabilize Rivers State. Now be those people. Because talk saying that elders now then get sense pass. Why elder go come out, follow people they protest when they know say their time don't even come out? If no be money, they exchange hand for that place.
Oh, you don't talk am already now. Now money and hunger. Wait till as we carry them come out now. And again, suppose not say these people no get the interest of the masses for heart. You get, so they do everything for fish interest. Not be say they get any good reason. So even men when they at that age, suppose they their house, they think about wait till they go eat or wait till they
suppose advise them.
Or suppose even they advise them say, "Toh, me una know they do this thing, oh, this thing done too much, oh, with all the drama, all the everything where they happen for." In fact, their matter self don't they tire people self. You get, so wait till go make them come out. If no be say they won't go collect small penny or small change where they dash them, may they use shop. So all these things for Rivers State now, it don't dey too much. It don't dey too much, seriously. Because I see no reason why these people go come up before. Now they can't start to they walk up and down, they protest, say they won't go back. Go back, do wait like a prodigal son now come out. Una come out, go they chase fleety gains. All of a sudden now one they do another thing. I just pray say everything go dey well sha, because the way the thing just they go, I don't even understand the again, but I just pray say make that state get peace, because all these things where they happen now, we can they orchestrate them. If they way in there, and he no one respect himself, saying he don't become ex-governor, he no one rest. I don't even know what that man still want. I don't know.
And the people of Rivers State are suffering because of this very wasbos.
They suffer now because all these things people don't lost their life. Many people know even they get rest of mind. Even though I can't they pity the governor, say sometimes they look the man, I see they talk for TV, say she this man even they sleep for night, because they say don't too much, true. You don't too, you get waiting, you go just see sometimes, go just they shake your head, because say true, this thing don't pass, it don't pass water.
Water don't pass Gary.
Water don't pass Gary, now so they talk
Yes, well, so now don't hear water don't pass Gary for Rivers State, but we continue to bring you the reports that are coming as the people who are protesting and the police that are manning those secretariats have been asked to leave. Let's see the things that will come out from there. You can see equally local governments under lock and key. You can see the police vans within 21 local governments. Well, that will be for Rivers State. We'll visit it. We are expecting reports that will be coming down there. But let's again look at what the people these politically exposed personalities in Nigeria has been doing over the year, investing Nigerian money outside. And that's why we have food shortages, and that's why Nigeria inflation is going up. They are not investing here, but rather they are investing in Dubai. We saw this very thing coming from Daily Trust, that El-Rufai, one of the Tinubu's minister, then Labour leaders, Atiku and Atiku's daughter, and many other Nigerians who are putting so much money that you wonder where they're getting that money from in Dubai properties. And we are going to bring their names out. Most people are usually saying, oh, who is this Tinubu's minister? We are going to expose. According to what Daily Trust says, within 4 years, these politically exposed personalities in Nigeria has doubled their investment in real estate sector of Dubai. Now, this newspaper report that the investigation of the Dubai Unlocked, that is a 6-month probe of Dubai's booming and security property markets led by the Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project, together with more than 70 media partners. That is the people that brought this very report. Economy Post is said to be the only Nigerian firm which participated in the project. Now, this newspaper reported that as of 2020, 800 houses were traced to Nigerian PEPs, but 4 years later, the number had reached 1,600. That is double. In terms of value, the report says that as of 2020, 800 properties valued at 400 million US dollars were traced to Nigerian political personalities in UAE commercial capital, but it has now increased to nearly 1 billion US dollars and 1,600 properties. Quoting Dubai Land Department, the report listed Nigerians as the second highest foreign purchaser of Dubai properties after India. And Business Day, that was bringing this very data analysis, showed that aside from this very political personality, top security agents, civil servants, and people connected in government with their family members own 88% of properties ascribed to Nigerians in Dubai. Let's get to the point where we know a few of them. Let's get you about either 10 or maybe a dozen of them. Let's start with Hadeza Ali Sharif. This is a Masha Dubai property valued at 3.93 million US dollars, was linked to wife of former Borno State Governor. Source is this Daily Trust. And then we have Tafa Balogun, whom of course we know is a former IG of police, is linked with 5 properties in various locations, including Masha Dubai. The properties cost more than 1 million US dollars. Then we look at Ahmadu Muazu. That is, the wife owns a property located at Hades Sheikh Mahmoud bin Rashid, valued at 1.16 million US dollars. Then we have Isa Mahmoud. 2 properties were traced to this Nigerian Customs Service senior official. One property is estimated at about 553,000 US dollars. And then we have Mohammed Sidi Sani, a flat at Masa Dubai valued at 590,000 US dollars. Then we also have Ahmadu Ali, one valued at 422,887 US dollars, was traced to his daughter Khadija Namaka Ali. And then we have Ike Ekweremadu, who is in jail right now. 5 properties were traced to Ike Ekweremadu, the former deputy Senate president who is serving a jail term in the United Kingdom. Then we proceed to Maina Lawan. 11 properties were traced to the former Borno State governor and senator. Source is Daily Times, please, so we understand where this is coming from. We have Salisu Abdullahi. 2 properties were traced to this former senior officer of the Nigerian Air Force. And then we have Christabel Bentu. This is a former special assistant to one-time governor of Plateau State, Joshua Dariye, owns a property also at Dubai. Then we have Umbu Joseph. A property was traced to the former Assistant Inspector General of Police. And then Ojus Okalo, of course, is a serving senator. One property was traced to the former Abia State Governor, who is now a senator. And we also have that of the Attorney General of the Federation. That one of the Attorney General of the Federation is the one that they said the minister or Tinubu's minister is involved. But there is something that we have Atiku's daughter, 23 years old Atiku's daughter, one-bedroom flat at Trade Center, valued at $104,000 US. She also owns another two-bedroom flat at the Sheikh Mahmoud bin Rashid, estimated at $289,000 US. Then Latif Fagbemi, that is the major one that I want us to reflect on. According to this Daily Times report, this is Nigerian Chief Attorney General and the Justice Minister who owns about $85,846 US dollars property at El Habib III. Well, let's start. We can go on and on and on. And we are in Nigeria talking about hunger, starvation, lavishing the land here. Let's stop. We will come back again. Remember that this source is from Daily Trust. So let's now come back to studio and then have a very quiet discussion, because this very segment we are also going to discuss about the food scarcity that is happening right now, the hardship that is in Nigeria, but they keep moving all the money that Nigeria is making outside. Nobody has made mention of Chief Bola Tinubu's daughters and all the properties that are in the UK, in the US, and of course they didn't mention the one of Dubai. That's what I noticed on this very report. I also noticed that several serving cabinet members who own properties outside are not mentioned on this very Daily Trust. The only person that is part of this cabinet dimensions is Fagbemi. But here we are saying Nigerians should be, that we should hold on. The hunger is everywhere. It's not just Nigeria and all of that. You can't even buy any food items in the market. Go and try pepper and let pepper your eyes. What do you think before we go to our people on Zoom on this segment?
Well, His Excellency P2B had once mentioned something about any country where politicians are richer than, people who work, businessmen, that country is in trouble. And I think Nigeria is a perfect example of, what he said, because we have a lot of politically exposed people who we don't know their actual source of livelihood, aside them, being involved in, politics, and they are owning thousands and millions of dollars worth of properties, and nobody is actually batting an eyelid, because we don't particularly know exactly what these people do. And I think it's particularly funny because other countries, when there's a new person, a new president, or you take up any form of appointment in government, you're asked to declare your assets, so people can know what exactly it is you have, and then probably compare it when you leave office to know who has been siphoning public funds or not. But we don't do that in Nigeria. I mean, Liberian president, current president, just declared his assets, right, fresh into office and all of that. But we don't do that here, and that's the reason why we have our, money not being accounted for properly. And so Nigeria should probably imbibe that accountability, and we'll see if we can go somewhere. Yeah,
just like the debt management. But let me have quick one with you. All these people where they call out now, we be say Daily Trust post for there, they no mention the major people where be say, we know say article in property play now for their money day myself. Then we know they talk about all the people who steal money for under Buhari, because now pack and no be steal. That's why I like is it Femi Falana when he said that the people who are stealing Nigerian money should not be called that they are doing fraud. They call them money laundering and all that. They should clearly say that these people are thieves. When you say that they are thieves, that they are picking, go there ashamed of them. I'll be waiting, you think.
True, Mr. Kanu, everything where you talk not true, because to me it's really unacceptable when public funds are being siphoned and what they supposed use the money do, they not supposed do they use them, you know, to feed themselves, to feed their family, to fly
they
around.
They even come out from Nigeria, na im be the thing.
Na im be the thing why they thought they fly around, carry and they come out because they think say no need them wise, they think say no need them sabi invest. Why the poor masses keeps getting poorer? No be say they keeps, you know, they even see any breakthrough or light at all, but they keeps getting poorer, they keep suffering. People are lamenting of hunger. So many bad things just keep to they happen. But all of these things, if you still come out to talk, say, governor, you do this one, or president, or you can't. Who won't talk? Because even if say you dey talk, person wey you try the accuse get back up. You get people wey go still constant and say, you no do this thing, you no do that one. See, everything for Naija sef, if you just dey see am, go say, all these things don't tire you, all these things don't tire you. I just pray say me we get good leaders, because all of these things, if you still come out to say, this person still this one, or they no go still arrest them, they no go still do anything. Wait till we won't talk again. But I just hope say one day, all of these things will be, you know, battle where we've done fight, and we will see breakthrough.
Okay, thank you very much. Joining us to have a discussion more on the Chief Bola Tinubu's request for new private jets for the presidential fleet, and also the hunger that is in the land, the food shortage in Nigeria, not shortage, the scarcity of food, or the expensive foodstuffs around and all that on Zoom. Well, before we get to our people on Zoom, let me also bring to their attention the issue of the allocation of 14.77 billion naira by Chief Bola Tinubu for the repair and maintenance of Nigerian presidential air fleet over an 11-month period, according to State House reports. Now, the payments, according to the State House reports, executed in 11 separate tranches spanning from July 16, 2023 to May 25, 2024, were processed through the Presidential Air Fleet Transit Funds account at the State House headquarters. The allocation coincides with the ongoing deliberations in the National Assembly regarding the acquisition of 2 new aircraft for Chief Bola Tinubu and Shettima. This move comes after concerns were raised about the functionality of Chief Bola Tinubu's presidential aircraft, which has experienced operational challenges. But the bottom line is that 14-point-something billion. Now, according to the House Representative Committee on National Security and Intelligence, they highlighted the urgent need for this very additional aircraft, estimating the procurement cost at over $623.4 million, or an equivalent of 918.7 billion, nearly 1 trillion naira. The committee of this house stressed the critical importance of maintaining a reliable and safe fleet, crucial for the duties and security of Chief Bola Tinubu and Shettima. Well, that is it. But I want us, as we go into this very discussion, to consider the fact that so much money has been expended on this very fleet over a period of 11 months. And we are still paying demurrage fees on the one that is grounded in Germany. And we have economic problem in Nigeria that people can't eat. They can't eat, and the economic hardship is so hitting that even insecurity is hyping the fact that most farmers can't even go to their farms. And that is one of the major things I want us to discuss with the people who are joining us on Zoom. And finally, to talk about how we could assist the Obidient family cooperative societies who are farmers located in various local governments in Nigeria, since they seem to have been sidelines on the government's approval, grants, and all the other things that government say. None of this cooperative has reached out to say that they have anything that has come in from the federal or state government to support them for this very farming season. So let's start that very conversation with that. And let's start with Lord Kinsley, who will be taking us on this. Of course, please, we need to make this very short on the different things that we want to talk about so that we will not prolong the discussion. We have limited time. Thank you.
Yes, good evening and welcome again, fellow Nigerians and studio panelists and everyone listening to us this evening. Thank you for your time again. Firstly, I will want to refer back to, what we were discussing before. That's with the studio panelists. That's about Nigerians and their properties abroad. Dubai is their newfound home. Dubai is their newfound home. So that is where they're all actually acquiring properties from now. Before this time, London was their area of concentration. I mean, if you are conversant with the areas in London, if you know Crompton Street, Crompton Road, where we have Harrods and all these big shops, Nigerians own 98% of the houses on that road. And each of these houses you're looking at there, no one is less than 5 to 7 million pounds. No one is less than that. And 98% of them are owned by Nigerians. That's just for starters. Let alone, all the posh areas within the UK. Nigerians, they don't come here to take mortgages. They buy it outright.
Until recently.
Yes, until recently. So,
was caught and jailed.
This thing is not something that just started yesterday or so. It's what they have always been doing. And nobody's going to stop it. The UK government knows about it. They are encouraging it. Keeping this thing for them. They bring this money from back home in Nigeria to do whatever they're doing here, and nobody's going to question them. The HM revenue has much to do with it. So, it's old story. Now, back to the topic on ground now. Now we have a head of states or the so-called president that is actually now not even bothering about the suffering of the land. All they are actually interested in right now is how they want to acquire these jets, which of course they have done. They are just trying to make noise about it so that nobody will say, oh, well, it was done in essential, that nobody heard what they were doing. The Senate have passed all these things. It's just, for the sake of letting people know that, okay, we might be doing something like this. And I'll tell you something, in the next 1 or 2 weeks, this whole matter will die off. They will bring up something else again, just like as they did with the national minimum wage, just like as they did with the national anthem, and they will bring up something again that will kill this topic off, and that'll be the end of it. So, we know what is happening, what is wrong with our country, but we know who the problems are actually with. But who is going to start the solution? Who is going to start the solution? That is what we should be talking about. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's quickly also take Mr. Bassi. Please, let's try to maintain the timing because we still have a discussion to do on the food shortages in Nigeria. What the insecurity causing it, or is it the federal government that is not reaching out to the Ministry of Agriculture to support the cooperative and all of that? So please, let's make our comments on the existing discussions we have very briefly so that we can proceed. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kanu. Good evening, co-hosts at the studio, and good day, Obidient, across the world, fellow listeners. I want to say that the issue of presidential jet, for me, They are just using that to divert attention. If you must know, that jet must have even been bought before we talk about it. Remember what happened at the presidential yacht? And when they were trying to justify the reason why that was done, they told you that it was already paid for. And there is a commitment they can't renege. And if they renege, it's not going to all go well. It wouldn't send a good image to Nigeria. By trying to tell you that the presidential fleet is costing so much to fix, is by way of trying to justify the reason why they must